Galgun Returns has been canceled on Xbox. It's still coming to the Nintendo Switch and Steam on January 28th. Nothing has changed there. It's just the Xbox version that's been canceled, and from what it sounds like, from everything that's been said, it just seems like it didn't pass Xbox certification. I hate to see this regression. I actually thought we were starting to make some real progress here. Nintendo has their own issues to deal with, but at least they aren't policing what we can and can't play anymore. Meanwhile, Sony's completely regressed by adopting the ignorant mindset of Western culture, and I guess Microsoft is just maintaining the status quo. We used to get these games from Sony, but now they're trying to think like the ignorant Westerners. Oh, that looks like a cartoon. It must be for kids. But you could see under her skirt. They're trying to corrupt our children. Apparently you can show full-on nudity if the graphics are realistic. Oh, but that's obviously for adults, not a cartoon for kids. Even though that's what we have the ESRB ratings for. Like, that is the only explanation for their logic that isn't outright racist. I mean, at least I assume they're not being racist against Japanese graphic artists, are they? Anyway, this cancellation notice comes from the Galgun official Twitter account. I haven't heard anything from P-Cube or other official Twitter accounts yet, but it is Christmas after all. I'm sure they aren't in the office. So here is the filthy lump of coal that we got in our stocking this morning. Galgun Returns, cancellation of the Xbox One version, December 25th, 2020. Today we would like to announce that we will no longer be releasing Galgun Returns on the Xbox family of consoles. As a remaster of the original Galgun, we wanted to strive to ensure that we stayed true to the spirit of the first entry in the Galgun series. And while development of the Xbox version was complete and the master ROM under review, it became apparent after productive discussion with Microsoft that we would be unable to ensure consistency of experience across all platforms. As a result, we have decided to refocus attention to Nintendo Switch and PC for the upcoming release of Galgun Returns. We understand the disappointment from everyone who is looking forward to playing the game on Xbox One, and would like to thank everyone for their ongoing support. Please accept our sincerest apologies for this change in the planned release. We hope you enjoy the Galgun experience on other platforms. We look forward to continuing working with Microsoft on other P-Cube releases going forward. So, in case you didn't know, Galgun Returns is a remake of the original Galgun game, which was originally released on the Xbox 360 to make the Xbox more appealing to a Japanese audience. We never did get a release outside of Japan though. My guess is that Microsoft didn't deem it acceptable for a Western audience. So this game was fine when region locks were in place, but now that everything is region free, it seems Microsoft still doesn't want this in the West. And here I was really hoping this would help reverse Sony's decision. If we had both Nintendo and Microsoft on board with not policing our games, that might have been enough to convince Sony in the long run. But it looks like we're going to be stuck with ignorance for a while when it comes to both Sony and Microsoft. What's really sad is that the game was already done and ready to go on Xbox. It just isn't going to pass certification at this point. And they mention after productive talks with Microsoft that they would be unable to provide consistency across all platforms. Now, they can't really get into specifics about what they talked about, but what it sounds like to me is that Microsoft wanted some changes to be made and they didn't want to have different versions of the game on different platforms. They know that customers aren't going to be happy if one version is censored more than another. Now, on the bright side, it says they'll refocus their attention on the Nintendo Switch and Steam versions of the game, and this might give them just a little bit more time to really flesh those out. I'm still hoping for gyro controls to be added to the Nintendo Switch version at some point, even if it comes in the form of an update, although it'd be great, of course, if they could include that on the game card. Anyway, I was planning on picking up the physical birthday suit edition for Switch as my portable version, and the digital release on Xbox as my performance home version, but I'll just be getting the Switch version now. I don't really play games on my PC, I use that for work only. It just keeps me more productive that way, I guess, but otherwise I would have picked it up on Steam instead. I'm just beyond disappointed now. And on Christmas, no less. I'll still be able to play my Nintendo Switch version. I was just really looking forward to grinding out some of those achievements on the Xbox. So now, Rice Digital is going to have to cancel pre-orders for the Xbox version. If any of you pre-ordered it there, you'll probably get an email soon asking if you want to cancel or change your order to the Steam or Switch version. I had something like that happen once before at Rice Digital with a pre-order of mine. They canceled the Switch version and asked if I wanted to either switch to PlayStation 4 or just cancel the order entirely. I know most of the orders coming through on this were probably going to be for the Switch version anyway. I mean, let's be honest, it's extremely popular, and people are realizing the Switch is where you usually expect to buy these types of games now. So since this bad news was delivered in 2020, for a game that doesn't come out until next month in 2021, do we deduct points for 2020 or 2021? I'll let you guys think about that one. Enjoy the rest of your holidays. I'm gonna go cry into my anime pillows and replay old versions of Galgun on the 360 and PlayStation. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll see you later.